Hello everyone, my name is Al, and welcome to a professional match of StarCraft 2. In the top left corner, our red Zerg player from Canada, we have Scarlett. In the opposite corner, our blue Terran player from South Korea, Maru. Scarlett versus Maru on Moondance. I looked for a couple of replays specifically for Maru. I've already cast Scarlett, but I like Scarlett, so I'm going to be casting more of her games if I can. But I've been looking for Maru because Maru, I think it is safe to say, is considered to be the greatest Terran of all time. Definitely the greatest Terran at the moment, up there with the likes of Clem. But I think of all time would probably be safe to say, because I'd be comparing him to players like Polt back in the day, and MMA, and more recently obviously TY and Innovation. I think it's safe to say Maru's really up there, if not above them. He's got more tournament winnings, that's for sure. I mean, he's won 4 GSLs. He was looking for his 5th in the last season of GSL, but unfortunately for him, he didn't quite get it. So spoiler alert if you didn't know, sorry. So yeah, I wanted to see what Maru does, specifically because of the kind of meta that he has, perfected. Let's say it that way. I'll get back to that now. First of all, let's talk about a Zerg player. Scarlett from Canada, very good North American Zerg player. She's been playing for a very long time. I mean, Maru as well, don't get me wrong. Maru's been playing since 2010 2011. Scarlett, on the other hand, she's been playing from, I think, 2012. And been relatively successful through her career. I think what's really interesting about her is, during the time of Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm specifically, the European and the American players, they couldn't keep up with the South Korean players. The South Korean players were considered to be, the gold standard of good StarCraft. Not that the Europeans and the North Americans were bad, it's just the Koreans were a little bit better back in that time. Now, Scarlett was one player who could generally stand toe to toe against the South Koreans. She was very good and often pulled off some very good wins against the Koreans. So, she's always kind of been really good in this environment. And also very interesting. I know that if you keep up with the scene, you've noticed that Reyna. We have an early Roach Warring. Reyna has been playing a lot of Protoss. He's a Zerg player, but he's been playing Protoss in professional tournaments. Now Scarlett actually did that a little bit before him. I can't remember which tournament it was. I was actually trying to find it. It was a North American tournament a while ago. If you actually know the tournament, please let me know. But yeah, she was in that tournament. She actually decided to play Protoss. And she won those games, or that game at least. She's done it more recently as well, but she's kind of done the trend before Reyna did. Let's have a look what these Roaches and Ravagers can do. Met you in the middle of the map by Maru. He sees it, he's going to run away. This has to do a lot of damage. These aggressive Roach openers, they have to do damage. SCVs get pulled. Okay. He's just trying, gets a couple there already. You're looking for, I guess, 5 at least when you go for such an early. It's not the earliest Roach push that you can get, but you definitely want to get some damage done. 7 workers so far. I think that's a good trade. Okay, the Ravager getting morphed in here. 8 workers. Still not gone. Hellions and Marines going to be used. I think Maru's deflected this attack okay, but that's a good amount of worker kills. A couple of ambitious biles there, trying to catch the medevac. But yeah, this will be chased away, and we're looking at 8 ACV kills. yeah, that's a pretty good trade there for Scarlett. But yeah, anyway, these two are some long-standing, strong members of the StarCraft community. So we're gonna see how they go up in modern StarCraft. Now, Scarlett is getting a Spore Crawler. Don't think she knows anything. I don't think there's too much to know. Maru, on the other hand, he's gone for the pocket base, the pocket expansion. Are there any Banshees out? I don't think so. Right? No, not yet. He's just gone for a Viking. Now, in terms of the meta that Maru has perfected, I'm talking, of course, I think I've spoken about this in previous videos, I'm talking about the Ghost Mech Terran playstyle. Maru has really refined it and made it extremely powerful. He's done a couple of interesting things, like adding in Hellbats to the mix. Oh, Overlord gets taken out there, and the Viking lives to tell the tale. So he's been adding in Firebats because they are very good at getting rid of Broodlings, which is it's such a simple little addition to the Thor Ghost combination in Siege Tank, obviously, but it makes so much sense. And it's kind of like, I think that's what makes StarCraft really interesting, is we're sitting in 2022 and new strategies are still being made, still being developed on a regular basis. So that's very cool. Now, if this goes to a longer game, then we might see that Ghost Mech come out, and we'll see, well, someone who is considered to be the best at it use it, and we'll see how Scarlett reacts to it. At this stage, Scarlett's droning up very nicely. She's got full 3-base saturation. She's going for the pocket expansion just for a safe expansion at the back there. Spreading the creep quite nicely. A couple of roaches walking around. She's getting +1 range, +1 carapace. Here comes an ambitious Cyclone and Hellion, just looking to get rid of the creep a little bit. At the same time, we do have, where's that pesky Raven? There was a Raven here that had gotten rid of a couple of workers. Did Scarlett get rid of it? No? There it is. Okay, so it made it out alive. A couple of workers falling. So far we're sitting at 8 SCVs versus 2 drones. Good position for Scarlett so far. This is nice. I like the addition of the Raven. It's very good for clearing creep. Terrans don't have to spend so much on scans. And as you can see, I like Maru's using a scan instead to find the location of the enemy army, as opposed to needing to use it to get rid of creep. Now, there is a big roach army coming across. Scarlett is ahead in supply, and there's only really Marines and a single tank. Do we have any more? 2 tanks. The second tank should be up on the high ground. There it is. Let's have a look at what these roaches can do. Scarlett at the same time, she's getting her link speed. Maru is just trying to wait patiently, trying to, I assume, get a couple more tanks out. It's been supply blocked a little bit now because of this, but that shouldn't be too much of an issue. The wall is open now. Raven gonna go have a look. Nothing really that can hurt the Raven, so she's gonna have a good time there. Hopefully not get hit by Biles. Anti-armor missile going down. That is very good. That reduces the armor by, I can't remember how much, but it reduces the armor. Very good. Very good ability. It's going to slow this push down a little bit. Scarlett's waiting for the anti-armor to wear off before she does anything. Okay, there it is, and she pushes in. This is going to be a dangerous push, I think. Those tanks doing some very good work. A couple of SCVs falling, but Scarlett is on her way out. Meanwhile, Maru has sent across a couple of medevacs, a couple of Marines loaded up. Well, not now. Now they're walking, but they were loaded up. And this should get a little bit of damage done. 3 worker kills. And pick up, and off you go. Okay, Queen and Spore there to push it away. So Maru defends. He's in a acceptable spot. And Scarlett's in a good position too. She's on 86 workers. Maru's on 66, I think. Yep, there goes the 4th base. Couple of medevacs still flying around. Maru attacking from 2 points at this stage. Scarlett defending on both sides. She's defending very well, and this is what I'm talking about. She punches in their same weight class. She's very good. Spires coming up, and yeah, that's just a sensor tower. Never mind. But the Spire's coming up, so we'll see what Scarlett makes of that. Maru just trying to contain the creep a bit. That's going to be an annoying creep tumor. Okay, a couple of engagements here in the middle. Things seem okay. At the same time, Scarlett has gone for the hive. She's got Zergling. I can't remember the upgrade name. I literally just had it. But that one. Adrenal glands. Sorry. And a Greater Spire for those Brood Lords. Ghost Academy is coming up, so we are going to see that Ghost Mech playstyle from Maru. At the same time, still clearing creep. Scarlett's still trying to spread the creep, which I think she's done quite a good job of. It's gotten about halfway through the map. Not too bad at all. Maru is relentlessly trying to get rid of it, which is good. Alright, so we're going to see that very soon these roaches are not going to be as good as they are in the early game. A couple of banelings. Yeah, and as we can see, Scarlett has already transitioned into that Zergling baneling arc. Drop here at the back. This is doing a lot of work. 12 worker kills. Very nice. Those Marines are very low health. Maru is all over the map. These guys have like... I don't know how they do it. They've got 14 hands. They're just able to do so much. Here on the back as well, pushing into this side. 13, 14, 15 workers. These Marines are not going to get out, but that's a lot of damage. That's 18 workers. That's helped Maru to catch up in the worker count. I mean, Terran's okay. They've got mules, so they're okay to be down a little bit. Scarlett bringing her whole army. She's ready to push again. Meanwhile, Maru does have a small force, which happens to pull the whole army that way. And Maru used to have a small force. On the other side, he's still got an army going. This is going to be a longer match for sure, because I don't see either of these two killing each other immediately. Scarlett's going for another base. Maru's going for another base. Looking very good. Now, this Ghost Mech composition is rather dangerous, but it's quite funny because a lot of the Zerg players have already started learning to deal with it. So someone like Dark comes to mind. Dark is pretty good at dealing with this, and I think that there's going to be some more adjustments in this. As the Terrans also perfect the strategies to counter the Zergs. But yeah, we've got 11 ghosts. That's a decent amount. Maru's going to be making more of them as soon as he has, I guess, probably the supply. He's doing upgrades at the moment. He's getting the enhanced shockwaves. Couple of Broodlords on the way. That's not what I was aiming for. There they are. Couple of Broodlords on the way. Scarlett's going to want to get a bunch more of them. Trying to just stop these pushes from happening. Stop the Terran that is coming at all angles. Couple of good Baneling connections there, not too bad. In terms of the upgrades, we've got +3 Carapace, +2 melee. We've got +3 for Maru. Okay, so Maru is up a little bit in upgrades. The +3 is on the way, so that's going to help a lot. The +3 obviously affects the Broodlings, not the actual Brood Lords. The Brood Lords, their initial kind of splat attack, that is still air arm or air upgrades, if I'm not mistaken. I might be. You're more than welcome to correct me if I'm wrong. But the actual attack of the Broodlings, those are based off of the melee upgrades, the ground upgrades. Okay, so a longer game. At this point, just trying to clear a little bit. Now, as much as I like the Ghost Mech playstyle, it can lead to very, very turtly type of play. I mean, Maru is very capable of being insanely aggressive, and he has been in this game. But there's a point where he just kind of sets up shop, and that's it. He holds back, he makes sure to build up that ghost count, he tries to get his mech weapon or mech units and their armor out. Their upgrades, not their armor. And it can become a little bit of a slower paced game. One series that comes to mind was Maru versus Reina during Home Story Cup, where the games became 45-minute games roundabout, and there was 5 of them. I don't think they all went the distance, but they were longer games, so a series becomes a 2-hour event, which it's cool because it's this nice balancing, this knife's edge point of these two players trying to outmaneuver each other. But it can also become a bit of a boring thing. It's kind of like, to me, it becomes a test match. You know, in cricket, the 5-day series. I don't know if any of you watch cricket, but cricket's a good sport. It's played with a bat. It's like baseball, but not. A cricket test match is fantastic to watch if you're very interested in cricket. But if you're just like an average watcher, it's very good for you to use in order to get an afternoon nap on a Sunday. That's essentially what I use cricket for, and I feel like sometimes these longer type of games, they can do the same thing. They're good for taking naps, and by the time you wake up, you see the end of the match. New coming down, trying to get the Broodlord. Scarlett, though, she is awake, she does see it. Where is the ghost? There it is. And there it comes down. We hear it. It's coming. Boom. Couple of creep tumors. That was a Hail Mary throw. Hoping to get something, but, you know, it's okay that he didn't. Ooh, nice little fungal there. Gets a medevac. That was nice. Nice little bit of micro there by Scarlett. Okay, so the Thors are coming up. We have another nuke coming up. Maru's army is starting to look relatively dangerous. This stage, we've got 3 Thors, 10 tanks, and 14 ghosts. That Raven is still around. That's good. A couple of Marines, they're just being used to clear up a bit. Scarlett's got Zerglings on the bases. That's a good little trick, by the way. Just in any Zerg matches, just to burrow units across the map. I say that's a very good trick, but I don't use it that much because I think faster than I react, I think, is a good way to say it. I can't play as quickly as my brain is thinking. He gets rid of it very quickly. But Scarlett knows that base is coming up. The map is being split in half at this stage, but Maru's got more bases. Maru's got an extra 2 bases, where Scarlett is, she does not. So she's going to want to start doing something with these. Pushing on 2 separate fronts here. Just clearing up a bit more of the creep, making it easier to push. Rocks being taken out just so that Scarlett can do nice run-bys and things like that. Scarlett's been working on those upgrades really well. Okay, here we go. What are the Broods going to do? A nuke coming down that's used as a nice zoning tool. An expensive zoning tool, I guess. But very good. Moving everything. Ooh, nice miles there on the Liberators. And just going to get rid of some creep, but it does move that army out of the position where Scarlett wants it. Good anti-armor missile. Painting all of those units. It's not just painting as well. It's not like they just get a makeover. It actually is very useful. And this is a very tricky position. Because with Liberators and tanks, it becomes very difficult to move your army around. Ooh, very good EMPs there on the Infestors, getting rid of the energy. This is looking to be a very good position for Maru. Running up the choke, it's okay. Look there, you see the fire bats? Dealing with the broodlings, they're very good at those type of units. So it lessens the effect of those broodlings. Another nuke coming up. And the ghosts are starting to go to town. Look at the snipes. Bang, bang, bang. Oof. That was a lot of damage. What are we looking at? 3 Broodlords and a bunch of roaches falling. Nuke falls on that base. Nukes are always very exciting. Not necessarily the most useful thing, but very exciting. Maru pushing up into this position, trying to get rid of this base. Does get it. It's not the most consequential base at this point, but still, you don't want to lose that because that's going to drive a wedge between these outer bases. Maru is out expanding the Zerg. I mean, this is insane. This is an absolute mad lad. Those ghosts are so scary. Another nuke coming down. That's a bunch of nukes. Nothing too major going to be hit here. Once again, just a zoning tool. How many Ghost Academies? He's only got the one, I think. Okay, Scarlett, can she find some break, some way to punish this army? The Broodlords can work, but you got to be so careful with them. You got to babysit them. And there's a couple more snipes coming down. Those ghosts are dangerous. They're dealing a lot of damage. The infestors still have no energy. Those infestors are so important. Maru is putting on a lot of pressure. That's 14 workers down. And Scarlett at this point, she's up against the wall. Trying to retake this base. Obviously Zerg needs their bases because their bases are also their hatcheries are their production structures. So without them, they lose a lot of the production. At this stage you can see Scarlett floating minerals. But no, she's got 70 lava. So I guess she can. Trying to get more Broodlords. Couple of snipes going down again. Getting a couple of those ghosts. That's some nice pickoffs there. Trying to stop Maru from getting in that position. Another nuke in a dangerous position. Does Scarlett see it? Is she just going to try to get rid of the ghost? Alright, she does. And I think this is going okay for Scarlett, yeah. I think she's going to be able to push this army back. A lot of the ghosts have fallen. We see, what is it? 11 ghosts falling. 10 Broodlords. Alright, that's an acceptable trade. 4 Thors as well. So Scarlett does push this back. Nice patient defense. She didn't rush it. She didn't try to get herself into a position where she couldn't get out of again. At this stage, she's now going to go put on the pressure, but those broods are so low. Their health is very low. Just got to be careful with them. Yeah. Infestors, they've got some energy again. Try not to get EMP'd again. Yeah, there's one baiting out the EMP. That's fine. Oh, there goes a couple more snipes. This is a chaotic fight. A bunch more snipes. Good fungal, yeah. No, I was saying like 5 seconds ago that Scarlett's in trouble. I think Maru is in trouble now. He's losing so much, and there's still a bunch of roaches. There's still a bunch of Broodlords going around. A couple more coming into the back. Reinforcements are on the way for Maru. Liberators, they're going to be very useful because the Corruptors are now out the way. So, take back what I said, a couple of good balls and Scarlett just gets rid of it. Neural going down on the Thor. Yeah, it immediately loses it out. I'm assuming there was a snipe on the Infestor. Gotta be careful with those Infestors. Scarlett's supply has dropped drastically. Hello, this is interesting. You don't see that often. I think she may have overextended a little bit trying to do damage to Maru. Maru is fantastic in defensive positions. He's very strong defensively. One of the hardest players to break. And I think, look, she's still got a big bank. So if she can get some units out, at this stage she's mostly getting Zerglings. A couple of Broodlords. Zerglings are very good, especially, you know, Zerglings and Banelings being the counter for your Ghost. The EMP goes down again. This has been a very back and forth game. I think Maru's in a good position. Nice fungal going down. But a couple of snipes going off. The Thor's getting rid of the Broodlords. Scarlett is running out of steam. GG is called. Maru takes the game. I feel like Scarlett was in a very good position. I think she was so patient for so much of the game. Maybe that attack just a little bit of an overextension. Anyway, very interesting game there. Maru showing off his Ghost Mech and Scarlett just showing how good she is, being able to, you know, put him through his paces. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this game. If you have, please drop a like to the video. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more StarCraft content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm releasing almost every day. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the content. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.